What's going on, people?
Yo.
Welcome to the Slightly Biased NFL Podcast, Take Two. I am your host, Connolly, joined as always by my co-host, Brett. Brett, what's up? Once again, friend. Anything
What's goody? What's goody? Take two. Nothing different.
We almost had a disaster of epic proportions as I realized 5 minutes in that I was not recording.
Yeah.
So I saved the day, essentially, before I almost ruined the day.
Right.
So anyways, as we were talking about earlier, it's November 18th, Monday, 2019, when we are recording this. When you will be hearing this, it'll be Tuesday, November 19th. Week 11 of the NFL season just wrapped up about 15, 20 minutes ago as we were recording this. The Kansas City Chiefs win a game that no team wanted to win, but some team had to win and some team had to lose. And that team that lost is none other than the infamous, allergic to winning Los Angeles Chargers, led by none other than, you know him, Noodle Arm Rivers. Give it up for the Chargers, guys. They wanted to come in here and lose the game, and God damn it, they did it.
Man, and in epic proportion too, huh? 4 interceptions. Had the game losing interception as well.
Yep.
And wanted to hit the 50-yard bomb to kind of tease us for a second, and
yeah,
just destroyed all hope there at the end too. So.
The 50-yard bomb to Mike Williams, which is hilarious because, like, at the time, literally as that play was happening, everyone in our group text was like, "Oh my God, Phillip Rivers is the worst quarterback I've ever seen." And then he hits that throw, and then
usually how it goes.
Yeah, and then immediately follows it up with a terrible interception. Just another noodle arms. Just couldn't get it there. It looked like. I mean,
yep.
I don't know. Was he throwing it to Eckler? I honestly don't remember already.
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, it looked like Eckler maybe had a step. Maybe if it was placed absolutely perfectly, but it was like 5 yards underthrown.
Yep.
Just a terrible throw, which was the theme all night.
Yeah, I mean, Chiefs, no Tyreek Hill. He got hurt early on, and, I mean, he had Kelsey out there who was doing work. But other than that, it kind of seemed like Mahomes' legs was kind of the difference for me.
Yeah. I mean,
he made some really nice scrambles, and other than the plays to Kelsey, I mean, the Chiefs defense stepped up at times, but, this wasn't a pretty win, but, the Chiefs needed it.
It was very bend, don't break for the Chiefs because they were giving up yards.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chargers were driving downfield, especially early on in the game.
Especially early on. But you hold them to 3 points. I mean, that's huge there.
Especially with your offense, you'll trade touchdowns for field goals every single day of the week.
Yeah.
I mean, the Chargers, offensively, I really thought things – other than the 4 interceptions, I really thought that they did decently,
Mm-hmm.
They did.
Melvin was running well. Eckler was catching the ball. They got the ball to Keenan. Hunter Henry was doing his thing.
Yep. Man, Melvin's starting to look good. I think we have to eat some crow there and give him some flowers.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably one of those things where he kind of needed some time out the gate.
Yeah.
Just jumping right in the season, almost like, kind of a Cabo situation. He wasn't in Cabo, obviously, but, he's not playing football.
Yeah.
So you give him a couple weeks to kind of get his legs under him, and he's been playing pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, 5 yards per carry, and the Chiefs obviously aren't that great of a defense, but I mean that's not bad. He had some hard runs. He's just a hard runner when he's going.
Right.
And then importantly, they were getting the ball to Eckler too.
Mm-hmm.
So they did a good job in that regard.
That's the bread and butter of that offense, really.
Yeah. Eckler, 8 catches, 108 yards. I mean, he's such a weapon back there.
Yeah, he's the league leader in receiving yards for running backs.
Yeah, for sure. I thought that that's really shocking when you consider like what Christian McCaffrey's doing too.
Yeah.
So that just puts into perspective just how elite Austin Eckler is as a receiving running back.
Yep.
And they were saying early in the game, I thought it was kind of a good point, like, is Austin Eckler a receiver who's a really good running back or a running back who's a really good receiver?
Probably a running back that's a really good receiver.
Yeah,
just because of his size.
Yeah, and he can run that thing too.
Yeah.
Like he proved that when Gordon wasn't there.
Right.
It was good to see Keenan get a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, Keenan's going to ball. You just got to give him the ball.
Did he ever come back in after his injury? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because he got one late.
Yeah, he did.
Late.
Man, people were dropping like flies out there.
Yeah.
I feel like I sprained my ankle just watching this game happen.
I mean, that's how football goes, man. I mean, we're gonna get to the Cowboys game, but there was that stretch of plays where like people went down 4 plays in a row.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the field or what. Because
Right.
remember last year there was that whole debacle. I think it was this exact game. It's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be in Mexico City, and then a couple days before the game, they're like, "No, we can't play on this fucking field. It's
Right.
terrible." And then they moved it. I think that was this exact game. I could be wrong, and I probably am.
No, I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, dude, were you like Patty did not look that good tonight?
Well, I think the Chargers had a good game plan. I think the pass rush was there, and we know the Chiefs don't really have a threat running the ball that much. So, I mean, if you can get to Patty and with no Tyreek Hill out there,
Yeah,
makes it a little easier to defend that offense. And Chargers defense got some players, especially in the front seven.
right.
Melvin Ingram, Joey Bosa's doing their thing, and Patty, he made it happen with his legs, like I said, and I think that was a key difference. I mean, usually when he did it, it was a pretty big play, whether it was third down or whatever,
Yeah,
and to extend drives, and the Chiefs defense helped him out.
yeah. I know the Chiefs defense. I don't know if we talked about this in the first take or if we talked about this already, but they gave up a lot of yardage, but they made plays, they made stands, they forced field goals, and they forced turnovers. 4 picks, man, that's unacceptable. It really is.
Yeah,
That's just
I mean,
absolutely.
especially from this guy who's been in the league as long as he has.
He's just lost it, I think,
I
man.
mean, I don't know if you need to do screens every play to not have turnovers, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, he also fumbled the ball once, but it was recovered by the Chargers. But
Mm-hmm.
almost 5 turnovers for Rivers. Speaking of, dude, Desmond King fumbled the ball twice
Yeah,
on punt returns. He's like one of the best punt returners in the NFL.
right.
They didn't lose either of them, but I mean, still, you can't be fucking around like that to the Chiefs. Like you can't put your defense in situations where they can get burnt. Especially when you're the Chargers and your defense hasn't really been a bright spot for you.
Yeah, man. Tough, gritty win for the Chiefs. It wasn't pretty, but they'll take it.
Yeah, 7-point loss for the Chargers. Of course, they miss field goals.
Yeah, all their losses are one possession losses.
Yeah,
And we've seen a lot of that this year. Broncos been that way. The Colts have been that way.
they're just allergic to winning, bro.
It's a tough league, man. It's a tough league.
They always find a way.
Yeah, and that's these teams that find ways to win. It's the difference in these better teams and the teams that aren't as good.
Right. And we kind of talked about early in the season that this Chargers team notoriously starts slow. And this just feels like one of those instances where they started too slow.
It feels like the end of an era.
No, it is.
I mean, I've been saying it, like, and I think you mentioned before we aired, or at least on the first take, they got Tyrod as their backup. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, T-Mobile.
That could be interesting. That could be do some RPOs or something with Tyrod at quarterback.
I just can't see it happening because that's literally such a change in gameplay. Like,
no, they probably wouldn't do it. I mean, at least let Rivers finish the season or something. But you got to think you're looking for a young quarterback in the draft or something.
Oh, they'd have to be. I can't imagine the Chargers have Philip Rivers on their team next year. I don't know if that means –
weirdly enough, I could, though.
I don't know if that means retirement or if that means he's on another team.
Yeah.
It would be weird seeing him on another team, that's for sure.
Yeah, it would.
I saw some a funny idea that the Saints win a Super Bowl, Breeze retires, and Chargers goes to the Saints. Like the Breeze Rivers trade back in the day.
You think they would have Teddy over him, right?
Yeah, I think that's sort of the game plan. But I just think that'd be hilarious. But I mean,
Is Breeze talking about retiring after this year?
No, but if they win the Super Bowl, maybe. Who knows?
Interesting.
But what was I gonna say? I honestly don't remember.
Rivers going there.
There are several different teams in this offseason that are going to be looking for a quarterback replacement.
Mm-hmm.
That are close, that don't have good draft picks, like the Bears, obviously the Titans, the Buccaneers, possibly depending on what they do with Jameis.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
If the Chargers do move on from Rivers and he wants to play,
would you rather have Rivers or Jameis?
Dude, I'm a Jameis homer. I really think if you put Jameis in the right situation, he'd be all right.
I think I'd say Jameis too.
We're going to talk about that later, but I mean, put him in a situation where he's not throwing the ball 55 times a game.
I know.
And he might do okay.
Yep.
But Jameis has become my favorite player in the entire league. Do we have anything else we want to say about this game? I confused. Like, I don't want to say something I've said in here because I don't remember if I've said it in this take or in the first take.
I mean, we pretty much covered it all. I mean, I think Patty just did just enough. I mean, without all of his premier weapons, I mean, Damian Williams had a rib thing going on.
Yeah.
I mean, he can make big plays. Tyreek is, obviously their premier player. And, I think Patty's legs was in the defense was the difference, really. And then Kelsey came up big in a couple of moments.
Yeah, I mean, Kelsey had half of their receiving yards.
Yeah, I mean.
Big touchdown, too.
Lower numbered game for Patty, but you come out with the W, that's all that matters.
And LaShawn McCoy looked good, too, because he was a healthy scratch last week. So
yeah, he said Booger was talking about that, how Shady was saying that was kind of good for him to have that week off, and he said he felt really good this week. Yeah. He looked good at times. He almost didn't get the ball enough, in my mind.
He almost fumbled one time. I remember the ball popped up in the air and he got it.
But I mean, him and Darrell Williams have a good little comment, change of pace with each other.
Dude, good luck predicting this Chiefs running back backfield. It's a nightmare to predict.
Right.
Darrell Williams gets 11 touches one week, then he gets 0 the next week, and then Sean McCoy gets 20.
And Damian Williams has a 90-yarder.
Yeah. Just you never know what's going to happen with these running backs. But that's all we got. I mean, big win for the Chiefs. It wasn't pretty at times, but, divisional game in Mexico, weird week. Big win for them, though, too, because, I mean, they're not sitting comfortably in first place or anything.
No, you can't lose that game.
No, especially, if they lose that game, they're in second place.
Yep.
So, I mean, big win for them. Let's move on. What do you want to talk about the Steelers-Browns first?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Steelers-Browns from Thursday Night Football. Man, we should have put a recap up. We were talking about it. Third quarter or so, we both text each other like, this game is shit.
Yeah, we're like screw it.
Then, all of a sudden, we all know what happened.
Yeah.
All I saw a friend text me and was like, hey, dude, that was one of the dirtiest plays I've ever seen. And I didn't watch it for a little bit because I just thought it was like a bullshit late hit or something.
Right.
And I saw the video of Myles Garrett clubbing Mason Rudolph in the head with a helmet. The most absurd thing I've ever seen. Literally. Craziest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, dude, if that crown of the helmet gets him,
oh yeah,
we might have witnessed, an unconscious Mason Rudolph at the end of that game.
Dude, if Mason Rudolph went down or like his head split open or something, he started bleeding, I'm not one of those people who are saying that Myles Garrett should have gone to jail.
Right.
But if that were to happen, then I don't know, dude.
There might have been some extra things going on.
For sure.
But suspended the rest of the year and playoffs if they were to somehow make it, which, they probably won't. But especially without Garrett.
Yeah, for sure. The best player.
Yeah. But, man, I was listening to Jim Rome show Friday morning, and a Cleveland fan called in. He was like, man, we finally beat the Steelers and all this shit. And then, of course, just typical Browns fashion, just ruin it,
It really is the most Browns thing of all time.
Yeah.
The fact that I have to say, though, I gained some respect for Baker. That was like the heat of the moment like that. That was one of the better post-game interviews I've seen.
And his best interview he's had.
Yeah, he could have easily came out and said, "Oh, it was just an emotional game. Like the emotions get the best of us." But no, he's pretty much like, "Nope, fuck Myles Garrett. That was bullshit.
Yeah.
We don't do that."
No, yeah, I mean Baker handled that really well.
Didn't shave his mustache.
Yeah, no shaving during the mid-game before the interview or anything. But man, just a crazy situation, dude.
Crazy. Pouncey gets 3 games.
Do you think Mason Rudolph should have gotten a game?
For sure. I think he probably should have got one. If I'm a Steelers fan, I was hoping I'm wishing he got suspended for the whole season.
Mason Rudolph?
Yeah, dude's trash. He's terrible.
He didn't play all that well.
And now that we're talking about the game and Mason Rudolph, I'm out on the Steelers. I know I was saying there at my ride or dies. I am already off the ship.
Yeah.
I'm jumping.
I know.
We should have known, though.
I mean, dude, it's just like.
Are you still on?
They don't have any weapons, man. Mason's got nobody to throw to.
Dude, but he is terrible.
He was okay at times. But.
He is terribly bad. And are you still in on them? You still think they can make the playoffs?
It's not impossible.
It's not impossible, but we should have known because
that defense is still really good.
It's still really good, but you can't rely on your defense to not only like win you games by keeping the other team out of the end zone, but also win you games by scoring points.
Yeah, I'm worried about their offense. They don't have enough weapons, and if Juju's not healthy, and even when he is, he's not making those splash plays that they really need.
No, he's not an
And
Antonio Brown replacement.
and
Sorry,
James Conner, he's hurt. Like I don't know what's going on with him.
he's made of glass.
Yeah, I mean, and
Jalen Samuels too. I mean, Jalen Samuels feels like he's always hurt as well.
right. There's just not enough on offense.
It's a shame too because they got a really good offensive line.
I know, man.
Even though their offensive line really played poorly.
So what did you think about the Browns football wise? Did you like what you saw from Baker and Odell? And
it was a weird game for the Browns because
it started off hot.
I know. I mean, they hit Odell immediately.
They could play like that all the time. Baker throwing those dimes, those zips. I mean, those had some heat on it.
It's they're so weird to me because Kareem Hunt comes back and everyone's worried that they're gonna fuck it up by giving him more carries than Chubb or something, and miraculously they almost handle it perfectly.
I think they've handled the Kareem thing very nicely.
Like Kitchens has installed a really nice game plan where they're both on the field at times. Where Kareem's lead blocking for Chubb, they're running Chubb out of like in the slot.
Yep,
and then they had
doing the 2 back sets.
Yeah, I mean, they had that one play. It was right before the OBJ big play in the first quarter, where Baker rolled out of the pocket and threw an absolute dime to Kareem Hunt. He made a great catch.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm really impressed by the way. And, Chubb's still doing his thing, too. He had 25 carries or some shit like that.
Yeah, he's the first Browns player to have over 90 scrimmage yards in 9 consecutive games since Jim Brown in the 1961 season.
Oh, Jesus, man. He is a monster.
Yeah.
I mean, he runs so hard.
Oh, did you hear Garrett's appealing that?
He's not going to win it.
I know, but
I think I saw somewhere.
Is that just like automatic, like, yeah, I'm going to appeal it because I can type of thing?
I think I heard somewhere that the players' union always appeals no matter what.
Okay, yeah.
So they'll appeal it for you even if you don't want to.
Right.
So that could be the case. Don't hold me up on that because I don't know shit about shit.
Well, and probably just it'll be like a hearing in general where they'll probably have a more concrete, suspension, like with a certain amount of games. And
yeah,
because I could see this thing rolling over into next year, to be honest.
My guess is we're gonna get to the off season. It's gonna kind of become an afterthought for a lot of people. He'll appeal, and then it'll get lifted. Because I think there's 6 games left. I think
yeah,
that's probably good enough.
Right.
I mean that's a long time. That's a third of the NFL season.
Yeah, and no checks.
Yeah, no checks.
No checks.
Damn, that was such a crazy event, man. I can't believe that happened. Anyways, let's go back to shitting on Mason Rudolph.
Okay.
He's shit.
Yeah.
I mentioned on Thursday that he was the worst quarterback in the NFL passer rating wise under pressure. He had 2 picks this past week under pressure. And I mentioned I was disappointed in the Steelers O-line. He was under pressure on half of his dropbacks. I mean, that's not good enough. You're not going to win any games that way. Defense didn't get a turnover. They're 1-3 this year.
I'm just trying to imagine what you're what the offensive play calling can be with nobody to run plays for.
I mean, dude, the talent, Juju's good. Deontay Johnson's a good player.
Okay, but Juju goes down. Deontay Johnson goes down.
Dude, that hit might have been more dirty than the Garrett play. I don't think it was, but that hit was dirty, dude. And then he's bleeding out of his ear. And then the Steelers medical staff, they look like idiots in all of this. Because remember, it was week 3, whatever, when Mason Rudolph was – I mean, that dude is not on this planet. And he had to walk off the field because their medical cart wasn't working.
Right.
They showed Deontay Johnson on the sideline bleeding out of his ear. And he's walking. They got him walking. You guys can't get him in a cart?
Right.
Y'all don't have carts?
Yeah. Where are all the carts, guys?
I know. I mean, this game was in Cleveland, actually. But it's just like – there's something with the Steelers, man. Maybe they cut the tires and all the cars for the game. Real old-fashioned. We're going to make you walk off the field if you get hurt.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you do on offense if you're the OC, with no players?
If I had to guess, not throw 4 interceptions would be my number one game plan.
Man.
At a certain point, you have to blame the quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to just imagine what Mike Tomlin's trying to think of offensive play calling with no players out there.
I mean, I think there's enough talent to
Your
beat
best
better than
playmaker is Jalen Samuels. So you screen to Jalen every time? I don't know.
The Steelers are done, ladies and gentlemen. I'm proclaiming it. Proclaiming it right now.
Hey,
They're dead.
valiant effort. Valiant effort.
It was a valiant effort, and you had me fooled, even though I shouldn't have been. Because you only had 10 passing touchdowns, 6 fewest, and 4 rushing touchdowns, 4th fewest in your last 7 games.
I mean, I'm trying to think if Big Ben was out there, what he'd even be able to do with these receivers and no running backs.
I don't know. I was just thinking that too.
I don't think he'd be doing all that much better. I mean, probably not the interceptions, but
I wonder if like his injury saved him a year. Because what if he came out and looked like Phillip Rivers this year and was just shit,
taking a beating?
Yeah.
Maybe
he. I don't know. We both picked the Steelers in that game, by the way. I didn't tally up my picks, but I know I did pretty decently actually.
I'm 8-5.
I think I went 11 and how many games were there? 13.
I think 13.
I think I only got 3 wrong, I believe. But we'll tally up as we go. So we both picked the Chiefs on Monday night, correct?
Yep.
So 1-1 there. We both picked the Steelers here, 1-1 here for both of us. Next game, Cowboys-Lions. Cowboys win 35-27. I feel like I have a lot to say about this one. Cowboys moved to 6-4. Lions 3-6-1. Yeah.
Another horrible start. Zeke fumble. Defense struggled most of the game. I think Quinn had a couple moments where he looked good. Bennett had a couple sacks. Anthony Brown's out for the season, which is kind of, it's not the worst loss, I guess.
Still hurts a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Lyle Collins got hurt. I mean,
that one hurts.
That scares me. I mean, the knee too.
Yeah.
Amari terrifies me week to week.
Jesus, man.
Play to play.
He might need to sit a game.
Yeah, I mean, we're like load managing him through the game.
I know.
It's the weirdest thing. But I'll tell you, Gallup is out of his mind.
He is a very good player.
I mean, Dak is just single-handedly carrying this team on his back at times.
If we were 2 wins better, he'd be an MVP candidate, maybe a front runner.
Right. And, the running game is just clearly not as dominant as it's been the last few years. That's just a fact.
It's terrible.
It's I don't think it's just Zeke. I think it's a combination of the O-line. Just this isn't the dominant O-line that people continue to say that it is. It's just not that O-line anymore.
Nor close.
And Zeke isn't. I mean, at times he looks like old Zeke, but I don't think he's the same Zeke either.
No, he's not at all.
I just don't think he is. Something's a little different. I mean, he got outrushed by Bo Scarborough in his NFL debut. Scarborough had more rushing yards than him.
And that's an embarrassment considering how terrible the Lions are at running the football.
Right. And Zeke, less than 50 yards rushing in 2 straight games. First time in his career that's happened. I mean, he had a couple good plays, but, I mean, I'll tell you, Tony Pollard was really effective.
You got to get him the ball more, man.
Every time he touches the ball, he's a damn lightning rod, man.
He's so elusive. You got to give him the ball more.
I mean, he had the one blunder on the kickoff, but I think that was kind of a miscommunication with him and his kickoff returning partner.
Yeah, that was a
guy was telling him to stay, and Pollard, I think, was already off the rip. I was going to return it, and his buddy's like, "No, stay," and he's like, "Dude, I'm like on the line."
Yeah, that was a shit show.
So that's kind of just a miscommunication there. I don't think that was totally his fault. I will say this too. I know Witten's all reliable, and he had a really solid game, but man, we need to get Jarwin the ball more.
I think so.
This dude is a monster, man. He catches the ball, you can't bring him down.
I guess my unpopular opinion is I think we're using him perfectly.
Yeah.
I like Witten's role on the team as being a safety valve. Because, when you got Amari and Gallup, you don't need everyone on the field to be just running these fucking huge routes and shit. You know what I mean? Right. It's nice to have Jarwin in there on, especially like 2 tight end sets if you're on play action or something, and he's running a deep route and he gets a big play. But I do agree, man. He's like as far as tight end goes, like he's definitely a big playmaker.
Right. Like if we didn't have Witten, like shit, Jarwin would be probably getting 6 to 8 targets a game at least.
Yeah. I really like Blake Jarwin. I think he's a good player.
But going forward, man, I'm concerned about the defense. I'm concerned about the coaching. I mean, we had that play early in the 4th where the Lions do that little weird formation on 4th down.
God.
And get us to jump.
Terrible.
That kind of shit just can't happen, man, against some of these better teams.
Ugh.
And I mean, this game almost went down to the wire against a backup quarterback Lions team with Jeff Driscoll.
And the game you scored 34 points.
I mean, and I like the fact that the offense can put up a lot of points, but we're putting up a lot of these points on bad defenses.
Yeah.
And I mean bad defenses.
Mm-hmm.
But I do feel good about winning the division. I mean, we got a tough little stretch, but I'm picturing kind of a Cowboys-Seattle rematch in the first round, man.
I think we're gonna win the division too, because dude, the Eagles are not a good football team. I want to dead that right now.
Yeah, but I don't trust this Cowboys team fully either. And I'm confident in Dak, but everything else is sketching me out.
Yeah, man, obviously happy with the win, but can't say I came away with this feeling all that great about anything really. Right. My main takeaway is this whole coaching staff probably needs to go. Top to bottom, all of them. They can fuck off. Okay, Garrett, starting slow is one thing, especially, against the Lions where Zeke fumbles. It's a little out of character for him. The Pollard
when the guy just totally stripped it.
Yeah,
he's getting wrapped up and the guy just –
It was a nice play.
Right.
It was a nice play. And then you had the Pollard, special teams fuck up. That was right after the Lions scored early. And, those are all like player mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But when your team has started slow in every single game of the season except one.
7 of 10.
Yeah. No, more than that, I would say.
Well, I think it's 7 of 10 like the other team scored first.
Okay. Yeah. When that's been the case all season, that's coaching. That's not getting ready to play. And especially concerns me because they were talking all during the beginning of the game saying the Cowboys are making a big effort to start this game off hot and not start slow. And it was probably our slowest start of the year.
Well, was that the dumbass commentators talking?
Oh, yeah. He was terrible.
I can't stand those guys.
Yeah, he was terrible.
Charles Davis and the other guy. It's really Charles Davis that drives me nuts.
Yeah, he wasn't good.
Dude, drives me insane.
The worst thing I saw from Garrett, I think it was in the second quarter, maybe even the first. There was a 12-minute in the huddle penalty on offense. For some reason, we're the only team that ever gets those.
Ever.
Only team I've ever seen.
It's probably been called 3 times and only on the Cowboys and
yeah. And then
all in the last 6 years.
Yeah, I know. Immediately following this timeout, immediately following this penalty, we had to take a timeout to avoid a delay game.
Oh, dude, that's
inexcusable shit right there. Yeah. That's inexcusable. Chris Richard, he can go. Yeah. I'm done with him.
Yeah, go let him coach the Redskins.
Every game we play, the announcers are saying, that's a future head coach right there. He's a hot commodity. I'm like, are y'all watching our defense play?
Right.
They are terrible.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst Cowboys defenses I've seen in years. And that's saying a lot because we've had shit defenses.
And because we have talent.
We were a top, borderline top 5 defense last year.
Right.
And it's just now we're not like now we're bottom 10. I'd have to say we're shit.
I mean, we're getting destroyed on the ground.
I mean, Bo Scarborough, who we drafted in like the 7th round and cut, was having a field day on us. Jeff Driscoll, who the Cincinnati Bengals decided he wasn't good enough to play on their team, had a field day against us.
Yeah, he was having fun out there.
Oh, yeah, he was running. I mean, we were just letting him run the ball. There was that read option when they scored a touchdown.
He looked like Josh Allen out there.
I know. He looked like prime Michael Vick.
Right?
That read option, you say, hey, Jeff Driscoll, you want to score a touchdown? Jeff's like, hey, I guess. All right, here you go. Here's a fucking wide open hole for you.
Yeah.
Chris Richard can go. This defense is terrible. I'm so tired of him. I'm so tired about hearing how smart he is.
I
know. Keith O'Quinn, special team head coach. See ya.
Our special teams is actually dog shit.
It's terrible. Tavon Austin as punt returner. See ya.
Yeah.
I'd rather have Pollard back there. I don't get why he's not.
No, seriously.
I'm tired of Tavon Austin running backwards 30 yards every time he returns a fucking kick.
Yep.
And this is coming off of last week's debacle where they told him to call a fair catch.
Right.
So maybe they're secretly geniuses because they knew Tavon was going to go 60 yards the opposite direction. Kellen Moore, you're a bright spot in the coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
But, I remember, what was it? It was first and goal, second and goal or something. No, I think it was third and goal, actually. You ran a play-action play that took like 7 seconds to develop, and, of course, Dak gets demolished, and we get sacked, and we have to kick a field goal.
Yeah, at times it's still a little shaky.
it's sometimes like I think you could tell the distinct difference between Garrett and Kellen, because Garrett, it'll be like we're running the ball too much or we're not doing anything, and then with Kellen, it's we're doing way too much cute shit.
Right.
But do I have anything positive I want to say?
And what about Gallup is insane.
Gallup, I really want us to keep Amari because that's a top 3 duo.
Yep.
Moving forward, Gallup is a
Cobb had a really nice game too.
Cobb had a really nice game.
But he's due for a drop.
He had two of them. Terrible.
Yeah, he's due for some sketchy plays.
He's third in the league in drops. Guess who number 1 is?
Cooper.
Michael Gallup.
Gallup, yeah.
That's kind of shocking to me, but I think it's because Gallup, the kind of plays that he makes are like crazy 50-50 balls most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because we saw him made that one juggling catch or whatever.
That was
Remember
insane.
that one? That
was insane.
The Zeke touchdown made me sad. The receiving touchdown, because he made the guy miss in the open field. And I was like, damn, that is like prime Zeke right there.
When he like caught it like near the ground with like his hand almost.
That shows you, dude. This dude was the best running back in the NFL his first year in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like full stop. And then it's just, I don't know what the fuck's going on with him.
Maybe it's just like the O-line is just not providing the holes that they used to.
Maybe. I mean, maybe we overrated him a tiny bit and didn't give enough credit to our O-line. Could be the case, man. I don't know. Okay, one more negative thing I want to say before I actually give us some credit. Darwin Thompson, Donovan Wilson. You guys are such trash that I miss Jeff Heath. So get well soon, Jeff.
I think Thompson did okay. Like I like Thompson's aggressiveness tackling, but all of our coverage, everybody is
terrible,
suspect.
You know,
put it nicely.
You say that this was probably Cheeto's best.
I was gonna say Chidobe, yeah. I mean, Galladay only had what one catch,
and it was that last Hail Mary.
Bomb.
Yeah. Byron Jones didn't even get one target, so we take him for granted.
Yeah,
it's just because we never see him because no one throws his way, and then when they do throw his way, he's like he's brick-handing a pick or something. Just like, oh God, Byron, but he's really good. But no, I mean, Darwin Thompson was 5 for 6 when targeted, 131 yards and 2 touchdowns, and then Donovan Wilson's first play gave a touchdown.
Yeah.
So I mean, it was all bad. Yeah, wow. But it was Donovan Wilson's first game, so literally the first play of his career.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too.
So we'll give him the benefit of the doubt there. Tough schedule here on out for the Cowboys, but you got a 2-game lead because you got the tiebreaker. So,
do you think we got a chance against the Patriots, or?
I do, believe it or not, and even given how pessimistic I am, I do genuinely believe that the Cowboys have a shot.
Okay, me too.
Got to play perfect.
Can't turn the ball over.
Nope, can't turn the ball over. Can't have a tipped interception, go for a pick six.
And that's my thing with Dak is he's playing so well, but against like the Packers, the interceptions killed us, and that's something we can't have.
Yeah, I'm just. Do I think we win the game? No, I don't. Just because I mean, mainly what it boils down to is Belichick against Jason Garrett.
Right.
But we for sure have a shot. For sure have a shot. Okay, let's move on to the next game. The Jaguars and Colts, a game we both picked incorrectly, so we're both at 2-2. Jags, big win. Keeps them alive in the playoffs.
For the Colts.
Colts. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Shit. Colts, a big win. A much-needed win. Jags, a terrible loss, actually.
Yeah.
33-13. Man.
I mean, dude, I was feeling good, too, after that opening touchdown.
Yeah, I know. It looked good.
Chark was balling all game, really.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a goddamn monster.
Yeah.
But the Colts rallied, man. I mean, they got the run game going. They had 264 total rush yards on the ground.
Jonathan Williams.
Yeah, I was gonna get to him. Marlon Mack got hurt, and Jonathan Williams out of Woo Pig, Arkansas, stepped up.
Wow,
he's from Allen, Texas. He's from Allen, Texas. Too.
I didn't know that. Remember him and Alex Collins, that two-headed monster?
Dude, and that was unstoppable. We were running over teams. Like, that was some of our brighter moments.
That was the peak years of Arkansas football of this decade.
Right. Well, at least while our time was there.
For sure.
Yeah, and he's been quiet because I remember he got drafted by the Bills, and then I didn't really know where he went.
I think he
I
was on
hadn't
the
heard.
Seahawks for a little bit.
Yeah, he was on the Seahawks, and I didn't heard much about him, and then he just pops up and just starts balling. So that was dope. Good for him. And it looks like is he gonna be the starting back now? Because
I think
Marlon Mack, he fractured his hand.
I think I saw that they were going to split. I don't know who the other
He's got Hines and
it wasn't Hines. It was the other guy. But I think Wright said that they're going to split, and
okay.
Hines is going to be still like the pass catching, sort of keep the same role.
Well, I like that for J. Will though.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he looked really good.
Yeah. I was kind of surprised by the game plan for the Jags.
Me too.
Fournette only got 8 carries for 23 yards. That's the fewest yards he's had since 2014 when he was at LSU.
Jesus.
Foles threw 47 times. And, I mean, this was a 10-7 game till, almost midway through the third quarter.
Yeah.
So it's not like they couldn't have ran the ball 20 times after that point. It's just like I guess Foles, just like put it in his hands and let him work type of thing. But Colts statistically isn't a good run defense. They're a better pass defense, right?
Yeah.
Or is it the other way around? I think they're a good pass defense and not a very good run defense.
They're hard to judge right now because they've been playing so much better defensively.
Just in general,
yeah,
yeah.
Especially since Darius Leonard's come back.
Right. But speaking of that third quarter touchdown, that keg stand celebration. Oh my god! I know it didn't count, but that's got to be one of the best cellies ever.
No, anytime linemen have their own celebrations, it's usually hysterical, and that one was up there.
And but man, Brissett played well. Colts defense stepped up in their own territory. I mean, kind of another one of those, because the Jags were putting up yards.
Yeah.
But only 13 points to show for it. So I mean, that's credit to the defense. Foles looked good. I don't think they're completely out of it yet just because the AFC South is a shit show.
Right.
But, I don't think they're going to win many games with Fournette running for 20 yards.
No, man. Fournette, 8 carries. That's unacceptable.
I mean, Colts just ran the ball all over this team.
Dude, Marlon Mack is a really good running back.
I know.
He just cannot stay on the field at times. It's really unfortunate.
I know.
Dude, that one touchdown run he had where he hit 2-3 spin moves?
Mm-hmm.
That was disgusting.
Yeah.
Wish my running back could do some shit like that.
Seriously.
I guess I feel kind of the NFL changes so fast week to week because I was on here weeks ago talking about Foles has to be the quarterback when he's ready. Just from one game watching his play style, I don't think meshes really well with the team because he likes those long developing routes. He's not the most mobile guy. He has some pocket awareness and some escapability in the pocket, but he's not, Gardner Minshew when it comes to escaping pressure and extending plays.
He's like a pure pocket passer.
Right. And his thing is he likes those deep routes. Well, Chark's a really good receiver, but after that, it's just not – the receiving talent's really not there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what Minshew did well is they did a lot of quick hitters and shit to Conley and to Dede and to Chark as well. But I'll give him – obviously, I'm not going to completely judge him from one game. He did have some nice moments. There was
do you think they'd be better off with more of like a Eckler at running back instead of like a power runner?
I think maybe they like an Eckler to complement Fournette would be nice.
There you go.
To maybe not have Fournette, but maybe be the complete and total workhorse that he has been for most of the season, I guess, up until Sunday. But Foles had that one nice play where he escaped pressure through a 20-yard pass. I don't remember who. So I think it was to Chark maybe. It got called back for a penalty, but it was a nice play. I don't know. He looked okay.
I mean, he was balling pretty much.
Yeah, he looked okay at times.
They just couldn't get enough points, man, and the defense was getting gashed.
Yeah, they were. Dude, their run defense is terrible.
Yeah, man.
Miles Jack has been dog shit. And they're another one of those weird defensive lines we were talking about on Thursday where it's like they're good at pass rushing, but they just cannot stop the run at all.
Right.
It's really weird. 2 100-yard rushers. That's anytime that happens, that's an embarrassment.
Yep.
Especially if it's 2 running backs. Like if you get if you play like the Ravens and Ingram gets 100 yards and Lamar gets 100 yards, whatever, dude, you just played.
Right, because Lamar probably has like 200 passing yards.
Yeah, but when it's 2 running backs and one of them is Jonathan Williams, wow, you're an embarrassment.
Mm.
And speaking of embarrassment, Doug Marrone is a pussy boy. punting the ball 4th and 6 in the fourth quarter down 31-7. That is just unreal.
Mm-hmm.
That's unreal. I don't really have anything else to say. Colts defense played fantastic. Rakisin, I think that's how you pronounce it. I always used to say Rocky Sin because it's funnier, but he's a really good player. First interception of his career. Yeah, man, the Colts, big win for them. And with the Texans losing,
totally different team with Brissett at quarterback.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, dude, if they don't lose that game, the Dolphins, they're 7-3 and they're chilling.
Yeah,
because they're first right now, I believe, with the Texans lost anyway.
Yep.
So big win for the Colts, man. They look good. I mean, but they're so volatile though. We don't know. We don't know week to week with them, but we'll see moving forward. Next game up, Bills, Dolphins. Bills move to 7-3. Dolphins fall to 2-8. Break a 2-game winning streak for the Dolphins. We both picked the Bills.
So thought they were gonna run the table.
That'd have been crazy. Can you imagine?
Yeah. I mean, the Bills dominated for the most part.
I agree.
Defense sacked Fitzpatrick 7 times. I really like the balance they showed on offense.
I agree.
I think they need to carry that over. 34 rushes, 33 passes. I think that's kind of the formula. I think we've talked about that before.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these games where, Josh Allen passes too much, they usually tend to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And Josh Allen, 4 total touchdowns. I mean, he played a really nice game. John Brown playing really nice. I mean, clearly the number one receiver there.
Right.
On the other side, how about Jakeem Grant?
Hey,
really nice game. I've always really enjoyed watching him play.
Yeah, man,
he's probably one of the best games of his career.
I would have to say the best. I know
he had not the best.
He had a kick return last year for a touchdown too, but I mean, he had 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns today in that game, yeah. So nice to see him utilized. The Dolphins also got that onside kick, which was pretty funny. I love that coach.
They've been trying that all season, it feels.
I love that coach.
I know. That was a really good onside kick, too. That seems like that should be the strategy. Have your kicker run out and then him run in front of it and be like a pick man almost.
Right.
I mean, that was a smart play.
Yeah, this is the first time a team has gotten a kick return touchdown and an onside kick in the same game since 1991.
Interesting.
So that's pretty dope. Also, Devontae Parker's had a pretty nice year, like really quietly.
For sure.
I think he's like one of the only receivers that's had 10 fantasy points in every game this season.
Really?
Yeah, something like that.
We kind of talked about the Dolphins. They're not lacking receiving talent.
And I was going to ask you, just looking at this Dolphins future, I'm thinking, I mean, you got to beef up the line probably, but probably all defense, and you're kind of okay if you can just get some talent on defense.
Obviously, you have to address the quarterback position.
We got Fitzmagic right now.
All right, well, Fitzmagic is not a long-term solution. How old is that dude? He's like 37. I mean, dude, not a lot. I don't think Rosen's obviously not their long-time solution either. No. I'd imagine that's what they go in this year's draft. But they got 3 picks, 3 first-rounders. So I agree with you. Yeah, go defense. You got receiving talent. I mean, probably a running back at some point. But you could get running backs in the 4th, 5th round.
I guess. Do you think Burrows is going to be top quarterback chosen? Because Tua's hurt. I mean, what do you think about Tua coming out?
I think people are overreacting about Tua.
As in, like, how good he is?
No, I'm saying like, people are saying he's going to drop to, like, late first round.
I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
I feel like it's got to be so tough to just try to get one of these quarterbacks early in the draft.
Yeah, especially when you have a high pick like that, you definitely don't want to use it on a dude who is coming off of a bad hip injury.
Right.
How do you feel about that hip injury? Because I feel like everyone crying about Tua being in the game are sounding like a bunch of fucking morons. It was a second quarter.
Yeah.
If it were, what was the score? 35-7, 28-7, something like that?
Yeah. 27, I think.
If that was like halfway through the third quarter or in the fourth quarter, okay, yeah, for sure. We have an issue. But I mean,
first half.
When was the last time you saw a quarterback get benched and rest in the second quarter? I've never seen that.
Right. I mean,
this feels like an overreaction.
I know. It's just a tough thing because hindsight's always 20/20, right? True. Like, if he doesn't get hurt, no one's gonna say shit about him playing.
And then also, if
look at all these fucking power schools shitting on teams and their starters playing the entire game.
Yeah. But
fucking
also, it's
Ohio
like,
State putting up like 70 on some no-name school.
but
Like
it's
all
also that point in the college football season where like you need to win games. If you're like one of those fringe playoff teams like Alabama is right now,
you got to
you
smoke teams.
yeah, you have to kill teams.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I saw Alabama's fans calling for Saban's head. It's like a popular thing
Well,
now.
and if you're trying to get Heisman's, you got
Yeah,
to have crazy numbers every game.
yeah. I think people are overreacting big time to that. It was an unfortunate injury for sure, but I mean, it's just one of those things.
I was just bringing that up just to say if Dolphins were going to go to quarterback, I don't know.
Dude,
Man.
Burrow looks really good.
He's a monster, but
Early round quarterbacks are scary.
It's just spooky.
Scary.
But I think we both think Dolphins have a coach for the future
I
at the
think so too.
least.
I like
And
Brian Flores.
they got some talent on offense. They'll have Preston Williams coming back.
They signed Hearns to an extension.
Yeah, I think that was nice. That was a nice gesture.
Yeah, that was a terrible fumble by him though.
Right,
Backbreaking
yeah.
fumble.
I don't even think it was for his play. I don't know.
Maybe it was
I
a
don't
locker
know.
room presence thing.
Yeah, it's just something like that. Just, hey, Hearns, we appreciate you, man. You're just a good. Stay on this team, I don't know. But and must just say, good for the Bills. I mean, they're gonna be in the playoffs, and if they get a tough matchup in the first round, they're gonna be, they're gonna
One
be in a
and
tough
done.
spot. Yeah,
Bounced.
yeah.
I think probably so too. But it's gonna be interesting to see how if this is their new direction offensively. Interesting to see how they do when they play tougher teams because they still got.
I was gonna say easy to have a nice game plan when you go up
Right.
against one of the worst teams in the league.
Yeah, I mean hey man, the Dolphins have looked decent lately.
Yeah, it's true.
But I mean, we have to give Brian Flores a lot of credit because they went from being like historically bad, laughably bad, to being competitive. Like
Yeah,
quickly.
I mean, comparable to the Cardinals season more than the Bengals and the Redskins.
Right. They're not even the top, a bottom two team now because we're
Right.
talking about the Redskins and Bengals being fucking horrible.
Yep.
The schedule it's a little difficult for the Bills moving forward. Of course, they're already at 7 wins. How many wins gets you in the AFC? I don't know. The Broncos next week. Then you got Ravens. I'm sorry. Then you got Cowboys in Dallas, Ravens, Steelers in Pittsburgh, Patriots in New England. That's a tough stretch. Jets at home, last game. I mean, maybe 9 wins gets you in.
Yeah.
Maybe. So you got to win 2 of those matchups. You got the Broncos next week. We'll see, man. I'm still not 100% sold on them making the playoffs, if I'm being completely honest with you.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I'd like to see them make it, though. Their special team unit is shit. It was nice to see Jakeem Grant get that touchdown. They gave up another huge return to him. He is a special talent when
He's so
he's
fast.
Like in space.
Yeah.
Also, that onside kick recovery, that was hilarious, man. That really was funny. That's all. Yeah, you pretty much said all I had to say.
Yep.
Give Singletary the ball more, Buffalo.
I did think 15 carries was nice though.
Yeah, 15 carries was nice.
Because I like Singletary had 15 and Gore had 11.
Yeah.
So I mean
Gore looks like
you want to get Gore out there a little bit.
Gore looks like he's hit like a mid-season wall or something.
Yeah, but at least around like the goal line and stuff, I still like him getting the ball.
No, yeah, for sure.
And like 4th and 1s and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Singletary did fumble twice.
Yeah.
They recovered both of them, but still.
But Josh Allen played really well.
No, he did. Used his legs, made some good throws.
Mm-hmm.
Still, he misses some throws, but I mean, I think this can be par for the course for him.
Right.
That's all we got. We both picked the Bills. So
Yep.
what does that make us? Did I say 4-2?
I think we'd be 3-1 now. Or didn't
3-2.
you pick the Browns?
3-2.
I thought you picked the Browns.
I picked the Steelers.
You picked the Steelers?
We're both 3-2 right now.
Okay.
Moving on to the next game, the Broncos, Vikings. Wow, what a game, honestly.
Yeah.
What a shit show of a game, really, when you really think about it.
I know. Denver's up 20-0.
We both picked the Vikings. Thank God.
Yes, I know. Brandon Allen and his defense were dominating this game in the first half. Sutton was tearing them up. I mean,
Man, he's good.
He's a really good football player.
Yeah.
He had over 100 receiving yards. Broncos only scored 3 points in the second half. Minnesota got clicking, got some big plays to Diggs, squeak it out. Defense. This thing crazy about the Minnesota defense, they are better in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a stat to back that up, but I've been saying it all year that they just
make
get
big plays.
better as the game goes on.
Yeah.
But credit to the Vikings, man. They went for it, I think, twice on fourth down in the second half.
Yeah, they weren't fucking
Like
around.
once, like early in the second half, where it was like on their own 40.
Yeah.
I think it was like coming out of the locker room
Yeah.
and fourth and 3, and they went for it and got it.
Yeah.
Ended up scoring. Went for it again later on. So credit there. McManus had a horrible miss in the fourth quarter that hurt Denver, and he's usually pretty reliable. And I mean, that was a horrible miss. God, kicking has gotten so bad.
It really feels like it has.
Because I mean, when we were growing up, like when we were younger, it was pretty good all the way around.
That's what it seems like.
Kicking is horrible now.
It's also because the Cowboys had the most accurate kicker in the NFL history on their team, so that's what we were used to seeing.
Yeah,
it does feel like kicking is just terrible.
Right.
And it makes sense when you watch college football. Kicking there is just so bad.
Yeah, it is.
It's horrible.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, you see some of these teams pick guys off the street rather than draft guys.
Yeah, pick guys out of the CFL and shit.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
But Broncos, I mean, they were on the 4-yard line trying to win this game. I mean, they had a nice little drive. I think Brandon Allen played pretty well overall.
Okay.
I mean, this is a tough Minnesota defense, man.
No, it is. It is.
He was hitting Fant. I mean, he was making some decent plays.
Fant's having a nice little breakout.
Fant's good, man.
Yeah.
But if you remember Brandon Allen, I mean, Hunter Henry was his guy.
Yeah, true.
I mean, we didn't really have receiver talent like that. Like Keon Hasher was okay, but Hunter Henry was his guy.
I can't believe Brandon Allen's in the NFL and starting.
Starting?
Yeah.
It's definitely insane.
It's insane.
This is the first team in 5 years, the Minnesota Vikings, to come back and win after being 20-plus points down at half.
Yep.
Teams before that were 0-99.
Wow, it's crazy how that works out, huh?
0-99? This was the 100th. This was going to be 0-100. And the 100th time a team does it.
That's embarrassing.
Broncos have 4 losses this year when holding a fourth quarter lead.
Oh.
I don't know if Vic Fangio is that guy.
It's hard to think that he is.
Yeah. So that's all I got. I mean, credit to the Vikings for, sticking with it. And Kirk ended up playing a pretty good game.
No, Kirk had a really good game. Or at least a really good second half.
Yeah.
I did call that this game would be spooky.
Mm-hmm.
I just felt like
tough defense, man.
Yeah, the Broncos have a really, really good defense.
Mm-hmm.
But also, the Vikings are coming off of a huge win. You're playing
you're going up against Brandon Allen. I mean,
Brandon Allen.
It's a tough matchup.
The 3-6 Broncos.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Brandon Allen, tough matchup. He had a whopping one passer rating when under pressure in this game. Look, here's what I can think on Brandon Allen. I know you love him, but
I don't love him. I don't.
Dude, this is the second week in a row you said he's played well in a game where he really hasn't.
He played okay. He played pretty good.
I think Brandon Allen could be an okay backup quarterback.
Yeah.
No way, shape, or form should he be your starter.
He's not their starter.
No, I get that. I'm saying like moving forward.
Yeah.
That interception, man, 20-0. They get the ball back on that fumbled kickoff to end the first half. They have the ball on like the 17-yard line, and Brandon Allen throws a terrible interception that it almost felt like the game completely shifted there. When you have a chance to go up 23-0, 27-0, and you don't get, 27-0, that's almost insurmountable.
Right.
And you don't do it. I had a feeling like the second, I think it was their first drive, Kirk hit Diggs on a massive bomb, and immediately I thought, oh, the Broncos are in deep shit right now. The Broncos are in deep trouble, and they did. But how are you supposed to feel about this Broncos team? I really don't know.
They're in a weird spot.
They're like a couple heartbreak losses going their way away from being like 6-4.
I think they're one of these teams. Every loss is one possession.
But it's also just like there's not a lot of talent there, though, either.
Nope.
Especially offensively.
Yeah.
I mean, there is talent. Like, Philip Lindsay's good. I think Royce Freeman's good. No Fant's been playing well. Cortland Sutton is a fucking monster.
Yeah, he is.
He's absolutely a monster. He had
a quarterback.
He threw a pass, dude, and he just – did you see that pass he threw?
Yeah.
A dime.
Well, that receiver also made a crazy catch.
That was a great catch, but that was 10 times better than any throw Brandon Allen made in his whole life, probably.
All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Now you're crossing the line.
Von Miller gets a sack in like one of the first plays of the game, and then is a ghost
Yeah.
for the remainder of the game. That's just shout out to the Vikings.
Yep.
This could you could consider this an ugly win. I don't think it is.
No, I mean that's if you're on that team, you're hyped.
Yeah, I mean this
You're
is
feeling great about yourself.
27 second half points against a defense of this caliber. Is
Mhm.
definitely something to be proud of, and
Yep.
especially on a game when Dalvin Cook had 26 yards.
Yeah.
So you got to feel good. Kirk Cousins is maybe
Ever since the whole getting called out and
yeah.
everything, I mean it's been a lot of yards and a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, I know. It feels like when they run like that little play action bootleg thing they run all the time, feels like it always works because that's what they did with Kyle Rudolph.
Send Diggs 40 yards downfield.
Yeah, it just feels like someone's always wide open. On that game-winning touchdown, Kyle Rudolph was just literally by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Vikings defense just came
team.
alive. Jermaine Kearse just had some huge plays. Jaron Kearse had some huge plays for the Vikings late in the game. Maybe some PIs there at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe. But they're never going to call that shit.
Right.
They're never going to call that shit. Tough loss for the Broncos.
Another one.
Yeah, you need a quarterback. You need a coach.
They're in a weird spot, man.
You have just struck out on quarterback after quarterback ever since Peyton left.
And before Peyton got there.
Yeah, that's true. Man, it's been a rough journey. It's been a weird journey. Okay, the next game. Oh, man. My favorite team in the NFL falls to the Saints. Thank God I didn't pick them.
Yeah.
I
told you I was close, too.
The more I talked about that game, the more I was feeling close. But no, Saints 37, Bucks 17. We both picked this one correctly.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a few things to sum up this game. Breeze was really good. Kamara was really good. Michael Thomas was really good.
Yep.
Jameis had 4 interceptions. He threw the ball 51 times.
That's crazy, man.
He's thrown the ball 40-plus times in 5 straight games.
That's just not what do you expect out of him?
That's too much.
What do you expect out of him?
They ran the ball 8 times.
They ran the ball 8 times. Hold on, I have a stat about that. Third lowest ever in a single game. 8 running attempts.
Dude, I mean, I get what you're saying. There's only so much a guy can do, man.
I know, and you know who Jameis is.
And the defense knows.
I know. But it doesn't feel like Jameis always has at least one fucking pick. Like, what was that O.J. Howard interception, bro? What was O.J. Howard's thought process? All right, I'm going to catch this. I'm going to throw it behind my back.
Yeah.
And then it just pops right up into the air. It gets picked off, of course, because O.J. Howard is a terrible player. And Jameis Winston has to have at least one fucky pick a game.
Yeah, at least.
Oh, brother. Oh, Jameis.
I mean, I give a little credit to the Saints defense. I mean, they played really well.
Yeah.
Good game by them. Good game by the Saints to get back on track after that horrible showing against Atlanta. Drew Brees is 7-0 following a game in which he has 0 touchdowns.
Huh.
So I think Drew Brees was like, "Yo, guys, I'm not messing around this game.
Yo, guys, we're not better with Teddy Bridgewater.
We're not losing to the Bucks."
No. Oh, can you imagine the hot takes?
A whole lot more than that. They dominated time possession by 14 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, this was the Saints getting back on track.
This was such a hilarious game for the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
But the Buccaneers are must-watch football, guys. If you're not watching them, you need to. Just because if they don't, they might throw for 600 passing yards and win a game by scoring 55 points like they did against the Rams. Or they might just do the most incredulous fuck shit you'll ever see, like taking a delay game penalty to give your kicker more room and him missing the game-winning field goal. Or like in this game where they sacked Taysom Hill to make it 3rd and 17 and then committed 2 neutral zone infractions in a row to make it 3rd and 7. O.J. Howard behind the back interception. You'll never see that anywhere.
Nope.
You'll never see that anywhere. The Saints double the time of possession. The Bucs get the ball 1st and goal at the 1 yard line. Threw a pass on 1st down, didn't get it. Fucked up the snap on 2nd down for a 5 yard loss. But famous Jameis throws a touchdown the next play. So you never know. The Buccaneers, they're literally like one play or the next. It's not game to game. It's literally play to play.
Right.
Where Mike Evans is either going to have a 70-yard one-handed catch or O.J. Howard's behind the back intercepting,
Right.
basically throwing the ball to the other team. It's just, dude,
Yeah.
come on. Give my guy Jameis a chance, man. Give him a chance out there. He's running for his life. He's out there literally running for his life, man. The Saints blitzed 23 times. Jesus Christ. Just no mercy either.
Had to.
4 picks.
That's the formula.
That is a formula, and it sucks to see. And you know what, too? This game plan was so weird because they only ran the ball 8 times, but Mike Evans and Godwin didn't get targets until, like, the end of the first half.
I know. I was going to say that, too. It was driving me nuts because I got Evans in one of my leagues.
Yeah, I mean, Godwin had a touchdown, thank God. But I got Godwin, too, and I was like, hey, are you guys going to throw the ball to this elite receiver ever? Speaking of Godwin, Eli Apple did a really good job. Eli Apple is having a really good season.
Mm-hmm.
A dude that was kind of a castaway from the Giants, but he's having a really good season.
Yeah, man, they got a really solid defense, man.
Yeah, just a bad game. Michael Thomas is a fucking freak.
Yeah, he's so good.
He is so good. Bucks don't throw the ball 51 times with Winston. Just all I got. And you know what? It's even crazy. We're saying all this. This is the Bucks in a nutshell. It was a 10-point game with 5 minutes left.
Yeah.
And then Winston threw a pick 6.
Yep.
Man. If the Cowboys decided they wanted to let Dak Prescott go, I would gladly take Jameis Winston.
You're 100% tripping.
I'm 100% stating facts. Can you imagine Jameis running the star with Amari and Gallup in this O-line? He might throw for 700. He might throw for 700.
Wild, bro.
He might throw for 700 yards a game. Okay.
Wild.
Next game. This is a game that actually happened, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
The Jets, 3-7 now. Redskins, wow, 1-9. The Redskins are lucky they're not 1-16.
Who did they beat? The Dolphins?
The Dolphins. Remember the 2-point conversion?
Oh, yeah.
The 2-point conversion. Infamous.
Yeah. Darnold, 4 touchdowns. Still had a really bad pick.
Yeah, but he had a good game, I thought.
He played well against, this horrible defense. I liked how they were getting Le'Veon on the ball. I also liked how they were using Bilal Powell. Nice to see him getting some touches. Kind of nice change of pace,
Mm-hmm.
Make defense not expecting L Bell as much. Jets defense sacked Haskins 6 times. Jamal Adams had 3 of them.
Dude, he's so good.
So he was going crazy. And before the Redskins scored 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, they had gone 16 quarters without a touchdown, ladies and gentlemen.
This is the most pathetic franchise in sports right now.
That's 4 games worth of quarters without touchdown.
Easily the most pathetic franchise in sports. 16
quarters.
It's almost unfathomable.
Also, the first time they've scored over 10 points since week 6.
Wow.
But Geis got his first touchdown.
Yeah, that was a nice
play. Pretty
good
one, too.
Yeah, that was a nice play. And it was Haskins' first passing touchdown as well.
I was going to say my 2 favorite plays of the game were the 2 bombs to Scary Terry.
Yeah. You talking about the one that got called back?
One of them was called back, but that was a hell of a play.
Dude, that throw by Haskins, I was like, what the fuck?
Right?
Like, Haskins is capable of doing this?
Right?
That was an insane play. Just shame it got called back.
Those are my favorite 2 plays of the game, but that's pretty much all I got.
mean, Terry McLaurin is an absolute beast.
Yeah, he's really good.
I mean, he's bar none, probably the lone bright spot on this entire Redskins organization.
Yeah.
And they'll fuck him up for sure. You think he's going to have a long, great career? No chance. Not on the Redskins, at least. The Redskins are so far from winning, or even being close to winning.
Yeah.
They're so far. I'm not.
You think they're the farthest away?
Man, it's hard to say because the Bengals
I don't think they're farther away than the Bengals.
I don't think they have a quarterback. This Haskins situation is reminding me so much of the Rosen situation. You throw a quarterback into a terrible situation.
I think he's better than Rosen though. He's got a better arm. He can move better.
Yeah, but he still looked rough. He got 2 garbage time touchdowns, and even that second touchdown to Sprinkle was a terrible throw to a wide open Sprinkle, and he had to go down and catch it.
Jeremy Sprinkle.
Jeremy Sprinkle, UT guy, right?
No, Arkansas.
Oh, damn. What's up with the Arkansas tight ends? Crazy.
Jeremy Sprinkle was the guy
Who
before
am
the
I thinking of?
Belk Bowl. He was caught stealing from Belk.
Oh, my
Remember
God.
that?
No, I don't, but that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny.
Do I have anything else to say? Dude, you know what? Sam Darnold is going to be a really good quarterback. I really believe that. I truthfully believe that with all my heart.
I
I'm
don't.
not even fucking around. I really think Darnold's going to be a good quarterback because I know it's dude, because the Redskins defense is pathetic. I get that. It was nice to see Ryan Kerrigan get a couple sacks though, because he's been a ghost all
Are you
year.
just hoping that he's turns out good because of what he did to the Cowboys this year?
No, partially yes, but no, because dude, he had a really good game. I know he threw that really bad pick.
No, he played well.
But he had 4 touchdowns. That one touchdown to Crowder was a great throw. It's not like you just had the Haskins touchdowns were a wide open sprinkle in a running back screen.
Mm-hmm.
Like Darnold's airing that thing out. I think he can be a good quarterback. I really do. I mean, they need an offensive line. They need a coach. I'm putting my faith in him. I think that he has enough talent.
Okay.
He has enough talent. Speaking of talent on the Jets, Ryan Griffin's having a breakout season.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, but he's doing really well. Kind of scares me.
It's always nice for a quarterback when they got a solid tight end, man. And you might as well use them.
Yeah, especially young quarterbacks. That's a safety valve for them. That's all I got. Le'Veon Bell will be a beast next year. I don't think he'll be on the Jets. He'll be somewhere else in a better situation, and he'll be.
You think so?
I think so.
You think they'll trade him?
Either that or cut. I don't know his dead cap situation.
Cut? You think they'll cut him?
I wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
Oh, that would shock me.
If they could save money, why would they keep Le'Veon Bell? What has he provided to this team? And that's not a knock on Le'Veon Bell. I'm just saying the way they've used him. All of that. Like, they don't need to be paying him that much money for them to completely fuck him up.
I don't see a situation where they just cut him. I don't see it.
I don't know what the dead cap money is.
It's an asset, though, at the least. You at least say, hey, we got Darnold, we got Bell, we got Adams. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. But it's better than saying we got Darnold and we got Adams. At least you got a player in the backfield. You need to help him out.
Yeah.
And Le'Veon kind of wanted to go there.
No, I know, and he's been very a veteran thing.
Yeah.
He wants to help out the young folks, but I just don't think if financially it works for them to cut him or move on from him, I think they should do it. I just do.
No chance.
We'll see. But I think Le'Veon could be a beast in a better situation. Because you can tell by the way he runs. He doesn't have any space or anything, but you can tell he still is very patient. He hits the holes hard, though. He makes guys miss.
Yeah, he's a monster.
I miss Le'Veon. I miss Le'Veon Bell. One of the most fun players to watch in the NFL in his prime. Okay, next game up, Falcons, Panthers. I picked the Falcons. Dude, what are the Falcons on?
What are the Panthers on?
They're bad.
They suck.
They're terrible.
God.
I've been scared about them for a couple weeks. And
I've picked them 800 times in a row.
I don't think you've ever picked against them.
I don't think so either. Shit.
Wow. 29-3.
I'm gonna say this about the Falcons too, man. I remember when we first started the show, I was like, Falcons.
Yeah.
L.
I did the same thing.
Now I keep picking against them, and they're beating the Saints, beating the Panthers.
Wow.
And destroying them.
I'm a genius.
This is like the team we've been waiting on all season.
Yeah.
It's
crazy.
This is like the Falcons team we've been waiting for all season.
I know. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if this is – could they win out?
It was like ever since the bye week. They just – remember, what did they do in the bye week
we
talked about?
They went on a camping trip, and they all hugged each other.
Ever since that camping trip, bro.
They all made s'mores and sang songs by the campfire, and then they all realized they loved each other.
Oh, Colin.
Dude, he is terrible. He is awful. Wow. And you know what? This is the best case scenario for the Panthers. I really think so. Because now you know. Now you know.
I thought this defense was good.
I think they are still good. The pass defense.
Not the pass defense.
No, I mean Ridley was just destroying Dante Jackson all game.
Really torched this defense.
I know, man. He's good when he's on.
I know. Falcons had the punt return for a touchdown.
That's a great play.
I think I'm calling it quits on the Panthers.
I am. It's over. It's been over.
And as soon as I do that, they're going to start winning again.
No, they won't.
Okay.
Kyle Allen is, dude, he's horrendous.
4 picks.
4 picks, 9 interceptions his last. Okay, look, here's the thing with Kyle Allen. Started off hot. 6 fumbles his first 3 games. That was his issue. He didn't throw any interceptions, though. But, hey, last 4 games, only 1 fumble. 9 interceptions, though. He's horrible, guys. 4 picks this game, 3 in the red zone. He's running into sacks. Anything that wasn't a dump off to Christian McCaffrey or a slant route to DJ Moore was an interception. It's over. The dream is dead.
Are the Falcons about to make a run?
If they
run the table,
I think they need the Vikings to almost lose out.
That's not going to happen.
No, they dug themselves way too deep of a hole. But that would be some of the most insane shit.
Like, even if they just did it?
Yeah. This has to be a little frustrating, though, for Falcons fans.
Oh, it's 100% frustrating. Because it's not like they have a different team. It's the same team.
It's like, oh, guys, now I actually want a good draft pick, and you guys are going to fucking start winning. It's crazy. It's crazy the turn of events for both of these teams, though.
Right.
Because Falcons fans went from wanting to fire Quinn, and now I've been seeing all over Falcons Twitter and shit. They want to keep him.
Right.
Because they really like these coordinators, and they're scared if they fire Quinn, then they're going to get rid of the coordinators too. Because Quinn gave up the defensive play calling.
So we're going to come back with the same exact team next year.
But the idea is Quinn gave up play calling a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Defensive play calling.
Okay.
And now we've seen the defense. They haven't given up a touchdown.
Defense is taken off.
Dude, what was it? 7 sacks heading into last week. They've had 11 in the last 2. And Adrian Dak Prescott murderer Claiborne had a giant game. 10 pressures, 2 sacks, 7 hurries. I don't know what the hell we're witnessing here.
The football is just insane.
This year's been crazy.
They do have a little interesting stretch. Bucks, Saints, Panthers, Niners, Jags, Bucks.
I don't think the Falcons are running schedule.
No.
Are we talking about the Falcons or the Vikings?
Falcons.
I mean,
Bucks, Saints, Panthers, Niners, Jags, Bucks.
It's not. I mean, the Niners game's obviously tough, but Saints again.
Yeah.
But
Saints are gonna want revenge in that one.
Oh yeah. If they went 9-7, that would be some of the craziest shit. Because you know what, Matt Ryan's played incredibly well.
He's had a good year.
Julio Jones is still a freak.
It's just that defense coming alive is what's crazy.
I know. I don't think I've seen anything like it. So what are we going to see next week? Are they going to show out again, or are they going to get who are they playing, the Bucks?
Yeah.
Are they going to get slaughtered by Mike Evans and Chris Godwin?
I mean, I could see them getting to Jameis a little bit.
Anyone gets a Jameis, brother.
Right.
Anyone. I could get to Jameis. No, I probably could. Actually, when I played football, because we had to play 2 ways because there was only 11 people on our fucking entire team. But when I played 2 ways, I was a shit quarterback, but linebacker. I had some pass rushing abilities in me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I got. Panthers, that's a disgrace.
3 points.
That's terrible. Kyle Allen, wow. Terrible.
So what, is Cam going to be the quarterback next year?
Oh, yeah, Cam's the guy.
They're keeping him.
If I'm a Panthers fan and Kyle Allen's our starting quarterback next year, I am killing myself. Let's get into the shock of the week.
Oh.
God, we really picked the Texans, man.
You know what? I tried to go back and, remember why I picked the Texans, and I had no reason to.
I remember during the predictions, I was like, yeah, everything I've said, there's no reasons for me to pick the Texans, but it's just a gut thing.
Right.
Oh, God, man.
Oh, boy.
41-7, not even close. This AFC South is disgusting.
We don't know what we're going to get from this O-line.
No, never. But, hey, you know what? A lot of those sacks are his fault. Watson's.
Yeah.
Especially that fumble one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he was trying to accomplish.
Man, they were getting to him like crazy.
Yeah. Wow.
They were blitzing.
He was terrible.
Dude, it feels like this Ravens team's got some like magic to it.
It does. They're going on a run.
This team got some magic to it.
They're like blowing out good teams.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, this defense, since they've gotten Peters, is special.
They're the real deal.
And I mean, Gus Edwards, I don't think he's done anything all year. He went off.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, I know garbage time kind of run, but
yeah,
even before that, he was having a pretty productive game.
Yeah.
Lamar, that 40-yard run.
Crazy. He's so fun to watch.
You can't stop that.
He's so fun to watch. How do you it's just insane how elusive he is.
They've won 4 straight games by more than 14 points. And they're 10-0 when Lamar has more than 70 rushing yards.
That seems inevitable.
This is a good team.
Yeah, they're scary.
This is a really good football team.
They might be Super Bowl favorites right now. I know that's saying a lot.
They're the best team in the AFC right now, right?
Dude, they demolished the Patriots 2 weeks ago. And the Patriots don't look good.
They don't.
I mean, they look good.
The defense, but the offense?
Like, the Ravens are becoming the full package. And what's crazier about the Ravens is they don't have, like, a Chiefs offense where they'll score on you in 10 seconds. They're going to run the ball down your throat for 7 minutes and score. And then
that's got to just wear on you, too.
Yeah.
Especially when you think you're about to grab Lamar for a sack or something and he goes for 40.
Dude, like, they do whatever they want running the ball.
Lamar's throwing that thing.
Yeah, he had that one pass he had to Mark Andrews, that second touchdown he threw.
He's had some really nice passes.
Yeah, he's came a long ways as a passer. And I have to eat a lot of crow because I was
in a short amount of time too.
Yeah, I was not a believer in the slightest in him.
We can go back.
I have to be honest.
This is a fraudulent team.
I did say, dude, this team was playing like a fraudulent team early on. The Marcus Peters trade changed everything. He didn't have a pick or anything, but he played really well on DeAndre Hopkins.
Yep.
2 big-time stops I can remember. He had one that was the Watson trying to air it out deep in the second quarter. And
good for him, man.
Yeah, I know. He was kind of
guy that's just been
casted away over and over.
Yeah, just been trashed on by every team he's been on.
Yeah. Man, they're playing really well. They're terrifying, dude.
That's a great fit for him in Baltimore. I'm so happy for that guy.
Yeah, he kind of fits like the swagger of that team and everything. Right. 256 rushing yards, 7.8 yards per carry. That's impossible to beat. You will never beat a team when they do that. All right, moving on. Let's talk about the Texans. Well, first and foremost, officiating, dude. Something's got to change. That the Jesus Christ, the pass interference challenges are, I mean, the biggest joke.
Are we talking about the Cards Niners?
No. I'm still talking about the Texans Ravens game. I'm talking about that PEI that wasn't called on DeAndre Hopkins. And was challenged and was still ruled not a pass interference. Something has to change here. I don't know what. I'm not a smart guy, but something.
Well, they got it right in the Cards Niners game. That's why I thought you were bringing that up.
They did overturn one of those. I was shocked to see that. But
because I was like, how did that ref not throw the flag right there?
Yeah, they'll tackle.
Sherman tackled him.
I know. I think I had something to say about the Texans before we moved on.
You're talking about the PI.
Yeah, no, but I think something other than that.
The O-line's bad. Dude, the defense is bad without Watt.
The only thing that went well for the Texans, Duke Johnson is really good, so they need to give him the ball more. I've been saying that though for fucking weeks.
Yeah.
And do I have any? Oh, Ravens, the fake field goals. I'm telling you, they never work. They literally never work. I've never seen one work.
No.
That's all I got on that one. Crazy game, man. Ravens. Scary.
I mean, I think what makes them scary though is the defense.
Yeah.
More than just Lamar for me.
The thing that just scares me for them is they run the ball on anyone and everyone, and that's just so demoralizing. Do you remember the Cowboys-Rams game last year in the playoffs?
Yeah.
When you can't stop the run, it's the most demoralizing feeling.
Yep.
Because, if a team's airing it out on you, you have a chance. Maybe the quarterback overthrows a tiny bit and you get a pick. Or maybe
especially like I said, It's like, oh, I got him for a sack.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm going for 30 that way.
Like I have never seen. I mean, I'm sure I have, but his elusiveness is
It's
just
literally Michael Vick 2.0.
dude. He might be a better quarterback than Vic was. I don't even know. It's hard for me to remember because my
It's very similar.
my whole perception of Vic is completely diluted by Madden. And I think a lot of people's are because his best season was in Philadelphia after the whole shit went down with him.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean,
He's so exciting to
was
watch.
that Eagles year better than some of his Atlanta years though?
I think statistically it was,
Okay.
but I don't
So I was
know.
gonna say I think we remember the Eagles Vic the most, but Atlanta Vic was just unreal.
You think? I think people remember the Atlanta Vic.
Well, yeah,
I mean, that one highlight, I'll never forget that one highlight where he does that little fake slide, pops up, does
yeah.
that spin move. Crazy.
Mhm.
They had to change the rule because of him. They did to where if the quarterback looks like he's going down, it's over.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson's insane.
Yep.
I still think Russell Wilson's on a planet of his own right now, but it's getting closer and closer by the fucking week.
Yeah.
And it's getting harder and harder to say that Lamar Jackson's not the MVP right now. All right, Sunday games, 3:00 games. Cardinals, another team that blew it. They lose 36-26 after being up at 1.16-0. Niners, tough, hard-fought win. They moved to 9-1. Come back after a loss. We both picked the Niners, obviously.
Yeah. Like we were talking about, I love the challenge by Cliff at the beginning of the game because that I don't know how you don't call that.
Yeah, dumbasses.
I think Kyler had some really nice passes in this game.
I thought he played well.
The rushing touchdown late was really impressive. What impresses me most about Kyler is just the fact that he doesn't turn the ball over.
No, very
On some of these plays where he takes sacks really well
yeah,
instead of forcing a turnover.
he's really smart with his legs.
Man, he's really, really good. The defense was playing pretty well, really, for a lot of the game.
No, yeah.
Even late, they picked off Jimmy G late. But they were up 16-0 at one point. The Niners got the offense going. I mean, Jimmy G was forced to go out and win this game.
Yeah.
The running game that we've seen from the 49ers was not there yesterday on Sunday.
No.
And I think Cliff Kingsbury deserves a ton of credit for what he's done with this team, the Cardinals team this year.
I agree. Shout out to Cliff.
Defense, yeah, I mean, it just seems like he's done a really good job. Deebo Samuel had a hell of a game, but credit to Jimmy G, man. He went out and won this game, and they were down 26-23, and he threw a pick with 4 minutes left.
Yeah.
He still found a way to win this game. And by the way, I know we talk about spreads and stuff. Sometimes, you know how me and you, ESPN has it one way and Bovada has it one way.
Mm-hmm.
People that had the 9.5 spread, if you had San Fran minus 9.5,
I can't believe that play happened.
Like, wow.
Dude.
I told you, it can benefit you. Like, if you had the Cards plus 9.5.
You want to kill yourself.
Yeah.
I can't believe they called that a touchdown. They didn't review it or they didn't go back like the next or a couple hours later said, oh, wait, that was not a touchdown.
I mean, wow.
How the fuck do you call that a touchdown? Dude was literally laying on the ground and just yeeted that shit backwards and they fucking called it a touchdown? Because that also, if you didn't watch this game, you look at the score and you think, okay, 36-26.
Yeah, like
the 49ers
had the lead and
the Niners were losing with 30 seconds left in the game.
Yep.
It was a crazy game, man.
Yep.
You know, Cardinals, they forced a season low in rushing attempts, rushing yards, and yards per carry for the 49ers. And then you have to give all the credit. Again, another game. What game were we talking about earlier where we said it could have been an ugly game, depending on how you look at it? Was it the
Vikings?
Yeah, the Vikings. You could look at it and say ugly win. I don't think so at all. This was a hard-fought win against a tough young team in a game where you were without Matt Breida, you were without George Kittle. Emmanuel Sanders got hurt. Did Emmanuel Sanders even play at all?
Yeah, he did.
But he left the game pretty early on, yeah. So
man, that's the one thing about Emmanuel, man.
Yeah. So one thing about
should they just almost like rest him for playoffs?
I don't know, maybe.
Because Debo's a monster.
No, Debo had a really good game, 100+ yards.
Debo's a monster.
They just, I mean, a lot of people stepped up in this game.
Yeah.
You had
Jimmy
Ross
G
Dwelly.
especially.
Ross Dwelly,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. Just some undrafted free agent who saw 15 snaps last year.
Does Jimmy G just not look like Tom Brady out there, man?
I don't know. That's saying a lot.
Dude, he's just dropped. He's bigger. He's big. He just drops back. Just so solid.
I thought he had a good game for sure and led them to a win, but he had some missed throws.
Yeah.
He had a Tevin Coleman walk-in touchdown that he missed badly. He did throw a pick, or I'm sorry, not a pick, touchdown the very next play though.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, whatever. But yeah, the 49ers, great job. Then you had Jeff Wilson, who was on the practice squad at the beginning of the season, score the game-winning touchdown.
He's had some moments this year.
Yeah, he has. And this backfield is so strange because like Tevin Coleman, one week looks like he could be the starting running back on one of the premier run offenses in the NFL, and then the next week he just looks like shit.
Right.
So it's weird. 49ers are for real. But defensively, this was probably the worst game. I mean, they only forced 1 turnover, and it was that shit play at the end that wasn't a turnover.
Right.
I have to say, though, I'm dedicating the rest of this podcast to David Johnson in memory of David Johnson, who has fallen, and it looks like his career might be over.
Is that what they're saying?
He was on the field for 8 snaps.
I didn't even think he played.
He was on the field for 8 snaps, no carries, no targets. And they were saying all week how he was healthy and he looked good and ready to go.
What is going on?
Kenyon's the guy now.
That's so weird.
It's fucked up, man. It's sad because David Johnson looked really good at the start of the season.
Hand the ball off to him.
Dude, but did you see those clips from what he looked like last week? Looked like he was running in quicksand out there.
Then why is he playing?
Distraction? I don't know.
It's weird.
Kenyon Drake, though, looked good. I mean, he fits this offense well.
Yeah, he did.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Good game for the 49ers. Tough game for the Cardinals, dude. They're really close. Out of all of these young teams, I mean, they are very close, I think.
We've said it all year.
They're an offensive line away, but that's saying quite a lot.
Yep.
Let's talk about a team that's nowhere near being close at all. The Cincinnati Bengals went to Oakland, and my new favorite team, because I'm off the ride or die bandwagon, the Steelers. Who else was I ride or dying? I mean, the Buccaneers, but that's just a love thing.
Love for Jameis.
Yeah. But my Oakland Raiders,
a little weird of a game.
It was a weird game. I have that written down too.
Physical game.
Yeah.
I mean, it seemed like the Bengals were trying to win this game.
It did, but did this game not feel like, even though it was 14-10 in the third quarter, the Bengals just didn't stand a chance? Did you get that feeling?
Yeah.
I never once thought
it was like the Raiders. It was like the Raiders were having fun with them.
It was like that, but it was like the Raiders, like, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. It was a weird fucking game.
Yeah, I don't have like a bunch of numbers on this game. All I got is Crosby had 4 sacks.
Yeah, crazy. I do have something to say about that, actually.
Go ahead.
4 sacks is the second most ever by a Raiders player at any point in his career, and the second most ever in a single game by a rookie in the NFL history. So, Mad Max.
Single most ever by a rookie in NFL history.
Second most ever by a rookie in NFL history in one game. Yeah.
Max Crosby, man.
He's turned it on the past couple weeks, dude.
Well,
looks like a real player.
I think we've seen him out there all year. He's been making plays.
Well, he was like a Hard Knocks fan favorite.
Hard Knocks guy, yeah.
But he's actually performing big time now.
Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs led the way on offense. I mean, dude, I don't have a little more low scoring than I thought this game was going to be.
I thought so too. Yeah.
But the Raiders took care of business. I mean, Finley's bad.
He's terrible. Terrible.
Can we get AJ Green on another team? How did they not trade this guy?
How do they not trade anyone? That was a disgrace, dude. Get Mixon on another team too. You don't need him. Mixon's a good player. He's obviously showing it the past 2 weeks.
First rushing touchdown of the season for him.
For any running back on that team. That was their first rushing touchdown with a running back. It's week fucking 11.
Jeez.
This team is so bad, dude. Like they're not winning a game. There's just no chance. This was them trying their hardest.
Yeah, it was.
Steelers, Jets, Browns, Patriots, Dolphins, Browns. They're not winning a single one of those. Not a chance.
Maybe the Browns.
I could see the Browns losing a game to them, actually.
That's what I'm saying.
I can see the Browns getting in the locker room and saying, we're going to be the only 0-16 team.
Yeah.
We don't want them to finish 0-16. That's our thing.
Guys, if we can beat anybody, it's the Browns.
Carr wasn't great, but I thought he had his moments, some good throws. That rushing touchdown was awesome. That was like Derek Carr, John Gruden shit right there, doing a flip into the end zone. Up until he threw his terrible interception, he only had one incompletion. So, I mean, he was playing well.
Right.
Hunter Renfrow looks like he's breaking out, though.
He's good.
He only had 4 more targets twice in his first 7 games. He has 4 more targets in each of his last 4.
He's good.
Yeah.
He should stick around on that team for a while.
Yeah, he's going to be a centerpiece, I think. And I think as time goes on, he'll be like one of Carr's. Him and Waller.
Yep.
And then Tyrell Williams.
Tyrell on the outside.
How old is Tyrell?
I don't think he's terribly old.
I think they can use another wide receiver, though.
Yeah.
Maybe in the draft or something. They got so many picks.
Something on the outside. Speedster.
Yeah. Dude, this offense would have been so interesting with Antonio Brown.
What happened to John Ross? Is he still hurt?
No idea.
Or is he just yo, I'm not playing?
He got put on the IR, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You know who is a terrible player?
Finley.
Ryan Finley.
Yeah.
He's an absolute joke of an NFL player. But another one of those things. What do you expect out of him? He averaged 3 yards per attempt.
Sick.
3 yards per attempt. And this is a genius move by the Bengals front office and coaching staff because they would have won this game probably with Andy Dalton. They probably would have won this game. He's terrible. I don't have anything fucking else to say about this
full tank mode.
They're awful, man. I don't have anything to say. Let's talk about another awful team. The Eagles lose at home to the Patriots, fall to 5-5. This game sucked ass.
This is a dog shit game.
These last 2 games we're going to be talking about were terrible.
Yep.
And it wasn't like one of those defensive battles where like good defense is being played and it's a must watch. Like it was just hard to watch offense.
Well, Patriots had some good defense.
Yeah, I think it was more just bad offense all the way around.
Right.
Ugh.
Eagles got off to a nice start. I mean,
I thought they were going to win the game. I really did.
I did too. I mean, they were running some screens, running the ball. But I'll tell you, even when it was 10-0, I was like,
I honest to God thought it was over. I thought the Eagles were really going to win. The Patriots.
I'm going to be honest too. I'm not sure if that Goddard touchdown was a touchdown.
Oh, it was close. I think it had to be a touchdown though.
Okay, if you're supposed to go all the way through the catch, he never had full possession of that shit all the way through.
We all know how fucked up the catch rules are.
I know. I'm just saying.
The hell is going on?
Was that you?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? It's ESPN, dude. The ESPN website. You ever notice that? They just start playing shit out of the blue.
Yeah, that happens. That happened to me in our audio a couple times.
I was like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, neither team was particularly good in this game. A lot of short yardage plays, nothing exciting.
Ugh.
Tom Brady had the most incompletions for a first half ever in his career with 14. 26 for 47 on the game. Edelman had the only passing touchdown in this game.
It was a nice throw, though.
For the Patriots, at least. And another game-winning drop for Aguilar.
Yeah, that was a really tough play.
I know, but
I shit on Wentz, but that was an insane throw.
Honestly, was the Hail Mary not kind of funny too?
But it was windy there and shit. You knew that wasn't gonna make it. Still a terrible look when your shit comes 20 yards short, though. I'll never forget the Texas Tech bowl game a few years ago when Nick Shimanek was our starting quarterback. We were Hail Marying it. And, I mean, it was at like the 50. It wasn't like we were super downfield. This dude threw it 30 yards. And he was winding up, and he looked like he was about to throw that shit out of the stadium. And it went 30 yards. It was funny because they showed the camera angle. Everyone's in the end zone. They have to come sprinting out to the 30-yard line to try to catch the ball.
Oh, man, this game sucked.
It was terrible. Brady, 47 attempts, 216 yards. That is just disgusting, dude.
Is this it for Brady?
Oh, I'm not going to be the one. I'm not going to be the one to say something like that. Yes.
I think this is it.
He's not the elite top tier quarterback. He once was, that's for sure.
But like, what's the next? Who's the next one? It's not Stidham.
I think he plays next year, dude. He's not retiring.
Okay.
But he looks so slow.
I know, that's what I'm like. Belichick has got to be getting close.
His throws are just. Do you believe any of these rumors that they're going to try to move on from him?
Yeah, I do.
Do you, like
Belichick don't give a shit.
there are a lot of rumors that Brady and Belichick just don't like each other.
Yeah, we've known that.
I
They
can't
only
wa-
like each other right after the Super Bowl.
I can't wait until
Hey man, love you, man. Good job. And that's it.
I can't wait for like 10 years from now when we get like a full-fledged documentary.
Like 30 for 30 on it.
Yeah. And we get to know the juicy details.
Yeah, those are so good.
Because there's been enough reports that I believe that there's some smoke there
I
for
could
sure.
see Belichick just trading his ass.
Dude, that would be the most wild shit.
just
Can you
doesn't give
imagine,
a
bro?
Yes.
Tom Brady getting traded? That would be crazy. I'm all
Yep.
for it. That'd be
I
hilarious.
am too, dude.
What would you give up for Tom Brady at this point?
A fourth rounder.
I could see the Bears doing some dumb shit. The
That would be
Bears.
funny. Khalil Mack for Tom Brady straight up.
Oh my God. It's gonna be Mitchell Trubisky, and Mitchell Trubisky turns into the next greatest quarterback of all time.
Oh, can you imagine?
No, I can't. It's
Gronk comes back. Trubisky throwing to Gronk.
Dude, Gronk to the Cowboys.
Are you just saying that, or
He said that on the pregame show on Fox.
no? He didn't.
He was kind of fucking around though.
That's funny.
He was talking
That'd
about
be
like
awesome.
Cowboys would be a great place to play if he came back. That would be so.
Fuck yeah, it would, Gronk. Come on with it.
Do I have a single thing to say about this game?
This game was disgusting.
Listen, I'm not letting y'all completely take the blame off of Wentz, all right? I refuse to let it happen. Eagles fans,
He's terrible.
Eagles fans, it's time, dude. It's time to look in the mirror. I remember what y'all were saying about Dak when Allen Hurns was our number one receiver. I remember all those things.
Yep.
It's what does Wentz do? He doesn't elevate anyone.
He's terrible.
He throws screens. He's not good. He do that one pass to Aguilar. That was a really good pass. But before that, he had 3 god-awful throws in a row on that final drive. And he's trying to murder. I guarantee you he's trying to murder his receivers. I want to believe a conspiracy theory where they hate his guts and they're dropping passes on purpose. I love a conspiracy theory, especially about the Eagles. Yeah, Wentz, dude, he's like, I wish if I could pick any, you know how they do that quarterback thing where it's like, pick a quarterback's legs and you try to build the perfect quarterback?
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick a quarterback's eye test, I'd pick Wentz's.
His legs?
His eye test.
What does that mean?
You never heard people say Wentz passes the eye test with flying colors?
I've never gotten that, though, because that's what I'm saying. That great to me.
All the numbers, all the results say that he's an average quarterback. There's nothing wrong with being an average quarterback.
His eye test. Everyone says he's a top 5 quarterback. I'm not kidding. He's elite.
And PFF still probably has him as a top 5 quarterback. I do not see it. I'm an Eagles hater for sure. I understand that. That means I watch all the Eagles games though. And
this is also PFF that had Rivers as number 6.
The Titans O-line number 1 at one point. Kenny Stills the number 1 receiver.
Yeah, so
I'm not letting y'all absolve Wentz of all the blame. I'm not. I'll drive the hate wagon if I have to myself.
I'm riding shotgun.
All right, here we're back from another break. I forgot to hit the record. We were just talking for the last 10 minutes about nothing. The Bears lose to the Rams. Trubisky gets benched. Jared Goff sucks. Trubisky sucks. And
game was garbage.
And there's your recap, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Sunday night football.
Yep.
That's literally our recap.
About as bad as it gets.
Yep. 2 terrible quarterbacks. And 2 of the least fun teams to watch in the NFL right now. All right. That's all we got. Luka Doncic.
Wait, what was your record? 10-3?
10-3.
All right. Good job, buddy.
Thank you. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Have a great rest of the week. I wasn't recording.